Latte Neun Mal-iyah.
What interesting job have you taken on before becoming a KIS teacher?
Before becoming a teacher, but probably the one that was the most recent and most long-term, I was a historical researcher. I worked in Canada as a land claims researcher for Indigenous groups. How did I end up doing that? Part of it, I think, goes back to my background and my own childhood, where I grew up in a country that was being torn apart by civil war and terrorist attacks, and that sort of gave me an interest in social justice. And from that, I got hired by different Native groups to research their land claims, which meant, they would say, we have a piece of land which we believe is ours, the government has taken it away, can you research it and find out what really happened? And then I would do the research, write a historical report.
What have you learned from your experience as a historical researcher?
Number one, you need to be methodical and detailed. You have to be creative, and you have to be a problem solver. I think interpersonal skills, learning how to interact with different cultures, because obviously Indigenous cultures are very different from the culture that I was raised in. So having a sense of empathy and cultural awareness are really important.
How has that experience shaped your life?
I think it goes back to the very point I made at the beginning about where I grew up and how that gave me a sense of what I believe is right and wrong. And I think, going therefore into work that led me to help make the world a better place. And I still think that teaching allows me to do that.
And do you have any memorable stories you would like to share?
I think, especially in the current context, issues around race and social justice, that I had experiences that I don't think a lot of non-Native people might have had. I have experienced discrimination because of the people I worked with, being refused service in coffee shops and donut shops and restaurants. But I think also I had a lot of very rich experiences because I also got to integrate and mix with various Native cultures, participate in social activities, trying to teach me how to dance in the Native fashion.
And finally, do you have any tips for KIS students finding any part-time jobs or regular jobs?
I know it's a cliche, but find something you're interested in and pursue it. But I was 34 years old before I became a teacher. I didn't go into university thinking I'd become a teacher. I had different ideas in my head, journalism, law, university professor. But what I did find is when I was doing my graduate work is that I enjoyed teaching. I enjoyed working with young people. I enjoyed the challenge of that and the social interaction part of that. And I think that, find a job or look for a job that you find rewarding, that gives you satisfaction. And for me, that's what teaching does.